Hello, this is Byron, and welcome to the git-python development stream. Yesterday I have announced that today I must do what I don't really want to do, which is dealing with those pesky submodules. And they wouldn't have to be pesky if I wouldn't think that the code behind that is, the test primarily, is a bit difficult. It's lots of stuff going on there, and it's currently disabled, and I will have to re-enable this, and then so let's start with something that could be simple. IO error on adding first submodule. I think that should be simple. There is not already a git modules file attempting to add a submodule through git-python produces an IO error. Creating the first submodule is a perfectly normal operation, and as such should not be considered an error. The git modules file should just be created. That is absolutely true. A workaround is to create the git modules file before invoking a create submodule. That is also true, and I think that should just be added to the right spot, but that's of course just half of the things that we have to do, because in fact we have to kind of really reinitialize the entire test suite that deals with submodules. So let's do that. Test submodule, there we go. And I think we are skipping a test here, as long as it fails and submodule support wasn't overhauled. Yeah, that was a great time when I could just write this and move on, because now that shall not be possible anymore. Also our submodule layout changed here, and we are kind of using our own recursive submodules that we have to figure things out, and yeah, that doesn't make it easier necessarily. That's something that we have to fix primarily. I think the test besides that could possibly work. Could be made to work as they did previously. So they create submodules that are kind of, well, old style, right? Because Git changed the way it works, and now they have to just be put into a different location and use these Git files instead. So that should also be relatively easy to do, to be honest. So let's just get these tests back to work. Maybe before I do this, I'll just run these tests. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I would love to build the documentation as part of the test suite here. So let's do that too. Let's see if that works. Things should be that, I suppose. Yes, I believe that at least. And then we can just cd into, well, let's do that last. Cd doc and make HTML. And in theory it should be, I know I'm digressing, but that's just a quick thing. In theory, make HTML should return 0 if that works, and if there is any warning, or no, not a warning, but error, like maybe this, then it should say so. It's creating the reference here, it spit out a warning, but that's not good enough. Nope. Let's do it like that. I think that should seriously harm him. Just want to verify it really returns a non-zero exit code here. Ah, come on, usually it's so easy to freak it out, and now it really doesn't care about anything. Oh, and it doesn't care about anything because here is a literal text. So if we do that and change the indentation, now it should really hate it. Come on, hate it. It did not hate it. It's amazing. As if it would just ignore this. Can this be? Come on. So look at what I'm doing, params. I'm definitely, you don't know that. And realize one file changed, so I would expect it to. Oh, come on. That doesn't seem right. I'm definitely at the right spot here, so. Okay. Usually it's so picky with all of that, but now it's not. I think that should definitely make it hard for it to do it without a warning. Nope. You know what? Who cares? Well, actually I care. Sorry for that, Sebastian, but I care myself for this, and I'm very unhappy about the fact that I'm unable to trigger one of these very common issues that are easy to trigger and that happen all the time. Return foo. That doesn't exist, man. You can't just ignore that. Maybe it doesn't really rebuild it. Come on. Give it a go. Like, do it all. Rebuild everything. It kind of did rebuild everything, and it's still thinking that it's all good. Well, but that cannot be, right? What else should I do? I don't know. I tried hard. Usually it has all kinds of indentation errors, and no, I don't want that, and there's some white space there that I can't handle. And now it says that everything is just fine. There we go. Finally. But it didn't hate it. Can I say that errors are warnings? Kind of. Does that work? That would be good, even though I have always this one warning, which I don't want to be an error. That shouldn't be, unless, I could also fix it. Let's just see if there's something like that. Sphinx, Python, Sphinx, and warnings are errors. Yeah. You know what? I don't care. So if that fails for some reason, then I think we have a broken build, and that's it. So I will just commit this now. Even though it will not, warnings will just be warnings and things like that, but at least it will be seen in Travis. So I guess that's good, because I don't constantly build the docs. I actually never do that. So let's do it. Edit Sphinx build process to end of Travis test chain. Let's see how that goes. And let's go back to submodules. Okay, what I was saying is, let's just run it for now. Git test submodule. It runs some things, skips one. All right. And I would like to test the case that the initial git modules file is not created, because I do believe that I don't test for this yet. Let's have a look. And yeah, I actually don't know how to do that. So submodule base, let's see, create maybe, new. How do we create a new submodule? Maybe it's in repo base. Submodule, create submodule, here we go. Add, submodule add, makes sense. Okay. So I guess I just want to have a writable repository. Okay, no submodule tag. Okay, actually here in the base tests, I verify that my repository has no submodules. And then I probably added at some point. So I kind of might have this test already. So where's add? Do I use create submodule? No, I probably use add. Okay. And is that the base test here? See, this is a monster test. It's huge, but it kind of relies on what happened before. This is why it's such a monster. And it does a lot of stuff, and this makes it kind of hard to test. I mean, it's known that tests should be kind of tiny little things, and yeah, but I took the convenient, the comfortable route here, and just said, okay, my sandbox here, it's difficult to set up, and once I have it, I just want to keep going on it. And there's nothing bad about it. I think it makes it quite a realistic test because you do so many things on it and have plenty of assertions. But when you want to maintain that kind of code, it's of course difficult to understand what kind of transition your sandbox goes through here. You have to follow like a lot of code to realize in your head what state there should be and kind of figure out what state there is to fix it. Good, good, good. Interestingly, I add a repository quite late, a submodule quite late. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'd rather have my own test for this because for some reason this never tested for that specific case. That's a known bug. And I will do that just now. Something along these lines. Def test first submodule. I'm sometimes a bit too lazy with my copy paste here. That is annoying. And that shouldn't be okay. No, I could have also not copy pasted all of this without really losing anything. And good, we now have, let's just assert that either submodules here will return nothing. Good, and yeah, there should really be no submodule, and I think either submodules, it returns submodules that are registered, even though they might or might not be checked out or kind of exist locally. Awesome, so now I can actually, I mean, what's the cheapest way to add a submodule? To add its own URL, which already is kind of a temporary one. Yeah, so I just add itself, and it will hopefully, I will try not to check it out recursively then. I hope it doesn't do that. Let's see, because I don't think I have a cycle check in here. Do I? I don't think so. Nope. No checkout. Here we go. Okay. And I think this create submodule just passes on everything. So submodule add is what we want. RW repo create submodule. The repo is given for us. The name shall be first. The path shall be, well, let's use a deep pass submodules first. Like a, you know, it should create parent repositories. That's what I'm testing here, even though I'm sure I'm testing this above as well. But hey, let's just do it. Has been years since I last touched this code. URL rw repo git dir. That's a good URL. I mean, we could also give it the working dir, but you know, let's just take the git dir for now. Should work similarly. No checkout equals true, and that's always bad, you know, if you have inversed flags here, so they have to kind of turn around your boolean. So do I want a checkout? No. So I have to say true here. No checkout? Yes, please, no checkout. And that's, you know, always odd. That's bad API usually. And I've done it anyway for some reason, even though I believe even then I knew it. But sometimes, you know, it's these decisions that, you know, this time when it was done, it felt so natural and awesome that you wanted to do it. Okay, long story short, this should fail. I mean, it should fail and then it shouldn't fail. We should fix it. And look at that. Raise IO error. Awesome. It does fail. Test first submodule. That's the first tiny success. And let's see how we can fix this. And I'm using a config parser. Okay, it's the same format, true, is why I am using a config parser here. Which is interesting because it allows for everything that the config parser does, like doing includes and things like that. But anyhow, what's going on? Read only false, it's a writer. And I don't completely understand this yet. 298 update configuration and index. Yeah, so it's basically the config writer that fails here, even though it should just write the damn file. Oops, I broke the build. That was the recent change that I pushed with the doc building. I guess my script is kind of messed up here. Oh, look at that. Actually just failed once. Why would that be? And 2.7 ran for 1 minute 4 seconds. All right. Okay. It's actually the test that failed. Wow, the git daemon failed to start, kind of, and then connection refused, and the test failed because of that. Incredible. I didn't expect that at all. I mean, sometimes this happens locally as well, but hey, what can I do? I mean, probably I have to wait longer or something? Probably that's what I have to do, but oh man. So just rerun this and it will work soon. Fine, good enough. Back to the issue at hand. Why does it get an index here? That's a thing I don't really understand. Oh yeah, it has its own version of it. Just keeps its own index around because it wants to keep these two things together for some reason. I'm sure I have a good reason to do that, but anyway, it's a special config parser. It uses its own And we are back to figuring out how we can tell it. Oh, interesting. It's all in submodule base. I didn't expect that. I thought at some point it would get into the config, into the git config parser. Well, all right then. What kind of config parser is it using? It does use a normal one, I think. Submodule config parser, there it is. Which is a normal config parser, but it has these index specials so that the index is kind of handled automatically. Fine, submodule base 163. Okay, I'll just go in there. And file was not accessible. FP module, came modules file. That's good modules. Okay, fine, fair enough. The problem is that this guy doesn't care if it's read-only or not. I'll just jump in there just to verify, because I think this one, it should raise if it's read-only, but if it's for writing, it should know that it can just write the one and write the file and you're good. Parent matches head, so there is another case that we would have to check. Then oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I see, but this makes sense. So that's basically when it accesses the git modules file through git. So it's not in the working tree. And then of course, you know, we can't just create it in some sort of history. So that is fine. But basically, if we are at the parent, if we are not in bare repo, and if we are at the current head, then we have to access the local version, and then we should just say if it's for writing, see, read only is false, then we just set it up, we just create that file. And I wonder if it would automatically create it. I'll just find out, you know. If read only and not is file. So possibly this already works because the rest kind of does it. See, that's what I'm saying. SM is that what kind of functionality do we have here? Is module exists and exists. What's the difference? Module exists. Return true if our module exists and is a valid git repository. All right. Exists true if the submodule exists, false otherwise. Please note that a submodule may exist in the git modules file even though its module doesn't exist in this. So exists is what should be true. Exists. And it shouldn't be, well, the module shouldn't exist. That's basically it. Okay. And I would also expect this to have been committed already. I mean, the change here, create submodule. And I think that's what happens at the end of add. Let's just check it. Works atomically, so such that no change will be done if the repository update fails, for instance. Yeah. Oh, wait. git modules file, but will not create a new commit. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's left to the user. It's fine, because the user could just want to add some more things to the stage before actually committing. That's good. I'm just failing here because I want to jump in one more time, just to go there real quick, not into the submodule. Oh wait, that was too far. Test for submodule. I think that's the one. See, so there's a git modules file and a submodule that has been added here. All right. That is it. I think that's sufficient. I won't commit this, even though I believe committing should work, right? Therefore, we shall just make a commit, edit submodule, which should just work, and then we are done with that one. Oh, the module does exist. How come we said it shouldn't check it out? Well, let's find out. All right. But I think, yeah, there, I see, this is why. It just didn't check it out, but it cloned it there already, see? Oh yeah, I see. So, actually, this does exist here. That is fine. Okay. Oh ho. Interesting. Oh. New commit. How was that called? I'm calling the wrong function here. Oh. I should really know that. Index commit. Sure thing, makes sense, and now it works. Good. I believe that fixes a long-standing and very annoying issue. I must say, I've been annoyed by this issue too, by the way, but I never got around fixing it. It was rather simple if you think about it. Yes, that was the fix. That was all. Jesus Christ, took me years to do that. Well, better late than never. By the way, is this fixed now? Or did it not yet run? Look, it's fixed. Good. Didn't send me an email though. I don't know. Do they have different OSs now? Can I use different OSs? Like OS X maybe? That would be very interesting. Travis OS X. The OS X build environment. Testing on multiple environments. Alright, manually, and you have to send an email to support. Okay, so it's kind of new apparently. But I would possibly write them an email to get that. But it's... yeah, well... How new is that? When have they done this block entry? And there is no... What? Travis CI is in Berlin? Really? I didn't know that. Amazing. I have to send them an email. Made in Berlin. Awesome. Come on, with love and passion. I love you guys. Oh, now I have to send them an email. Live chat. Come on. Yeah. I thought I could just listen in there, but I can't. Okay. Probably I should just keep going and not digress. But, you know, why not? Why not? I shall do that. Yeah. Let's keep it open for later. Travis. Gee, amazing, these guys from Berlin. In case you didn't know, I am from Berlin too, even though I live in Munich. All right, let's finish this off. Fixes 117. And yeah, what else can we say? Adding the first submodule will no longer cause an IO error. This is verified by the respective test. Good. I'll push it and then I'm done with that particular issue. 30 minutes time, that's pretty decent, and there we go. Well, of course I love GitHub as well for being so nice to me, linking everything together. Awesome. Travis connection, awesome. It's all awesome. You wouldn't want to do without that or live without these features anymore, I tell you that much. Okay, thanks for watching and hope I see you next time, because that's not going to be the last